Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I will be creating a card featuring some products from Scrap Diva Designs. I will mainly use the the Christmas gnome set. I will also use it together with the gnome stamp and die set. But you can see this large gnome and all the pieces that comes in this cute set. You can have the gnome holding a bunch of different stuff. You can create some texture to the hat, and you can carry a book or a snowflake or candy. Yeah, it's a ton of different things that you can use. I cut this out of some pattern paper off camera, and I will show that for you in a second here. But before I do that, I wanted to create a sentiment for my card, and I am using some white pigment ink from Hero Arts, and I'm using this new cute gnome stamp and die set that I talked about previously, and I will stamp that a couple of times until I get a perfect impression. And I'm using this press from Picket Fence, and you can see this blue cardstock. I believe it's from I can't remember the name of the company. It will take me a second. It might come back to me in a second. And I use some embossing powder, and then I cut it out with a coordinating heart that also comes in this die set. Super cute, and you can see the stitching on that heart. I think it's gorgeous. And here is all the pieces that I cut for my gnome. I cut the base, I cut the beard, I cut the legs or the boots. And then just to bring it out and give some more dimension, I am using some red colors on top of that red hat, just to give it some dimension. I think that is a nice way to go when you have pattern papers. I will do the same thing for the hands and nose, just some matching tone-on-tone cardstock and color here. And on the hands as well. And I will create some texture to the beard here in a second as well. I like doing this just when you have a big element like this. It needs some help just to bring it to life. And I'm using, this might be a little bit strange, but I'm using a purple and then a gray on top of that just to give it some texture. I love doing that when I'm creating gnomes. And you can see I cut this out of the leftovers of the paper. That is why it looks so funny. I cut the other part with a hat there, but I will cover all of that up so nobody will ever know, except all of you guys, that I did that, because I didn't have any more of that beautiful red paper, and I really wanted the body to be red underneath the beard. You can see some parts will actually show up underneath the beard there, so I wanted that to be red as the Santa, like the Santa's clothes. Hope that makes sense. And the boots I colored or had black, and my hands and nose here I will give that some texture as well. And then I will just bump this hat off with a lot of foam squares, and I will take the release paper off and then just put it on top. You can see how cute that is. By the way, I love this paper. It has tone-on-tone small red flowers. I thought that was super cute. Fortunately, it was my last one, but hey, what you do, this is turning out super cute. I have my hands, I will have the heart, and I will have the hands like holding that heart with a message. Of course, I will use some dimension for that as well, because it makes all the projects look a little bit more finished in my opinion. So that, and unfortunately, I covered up a lot of the beard, but I think this sentiment really helps this card feel nice. And you can see here it's the large Victorian frames, and I thought it looked like snowflakes. So this is the second piece if you like to use it like a frame or a card base, or just have it as a mini album. But I cut the sides out, and I cut two. You can see this really looks like snowflakes, and I wanted one on each side of my gnome. You can see here like a big snowflake that is hugging him. I thought that would be so cute, so I just took some liquid glue on the sides, and then I'm just pressing him in, making sure that I'm covering up all of those edges where I did my cutting, so it looks like it's continuing to the other side. Hope that makes sense. So cute. So now I have this large embellishment piece that will go on top of my card base. So I don't know exactly how large this turned out to be, but it's more of a slimline, and it's maybe 7 by 5 or something like that. I just cut it to be larger than my gnome, so that was what I was going for. And then I wanted some embellishment for my hat because I thought it looks a little bit too big and empty. So I got out the Santa mini album, and in there is these holly leaves and berries, but I will only use the leaves. So I will bump them up with some foam tape, and then I will just have them in a cluster here at the top. I love having them in trees, just because it makes them look, I think, a little bit more natural, if that makes sense. I looked through my stash and found these red bubbles from Trinity, and I used them for my berries there in the center, and it matched my color of my Santa hat. When I was looking through my stash, I also found this Oh My World or something like that, oh joy or something. It's the stars, and they are holographic and just amazing, and I love using them for all types of different projects where I just want an easy embellishment. These fit like every project perfectly. It's one of my favorites that I have in my stash. I reach for them all the time, and they just finished off that blue night sky perfectly. And by the way, I hope you see I have the colors for my tag or my sentiment is the same color as the background, just to tie everything together. So that pretty much finished off my project for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and got inspired to create something. I will have links down below for all of the products that I used in this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you soon. Bye!